And well, the stalemate over increased stimulus checks continues. More help is finally on the way for millions of Americans after months of delay, and you could start seeing the payments even before the new year. Bloomberg Quicktake reporter Jennifer Zabasaja is here to explain. Hey, Jen, it's good to see you today. What are we hearing and learning about when exactly these checks might arrive?
Yeah, Tim, I mean, what we're hearing from Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin is that some people could see payments as early as tonight. So as you mentioned, even before the new year. He actually tweeted on Tuesday saying that the Treasury Department delivered a payment file to the Federal Reserve and people could have started seeing payments last night. But it really all depends on whether people have their information with the IRS. And so if that is the case for people, then they will start seeing direct deposits right away. But as Secretary Mnuchin said, paper checks will probably start being mailed out today or tomorrow, so people could likely see those checks sometime early next week.
Okay, so who is eligible for these payments, Jen, and what exactly are they going to receive?
Right. So, I mean, really what people need to know is that if they received a stimulus check earlier this year, they're likely going to get another one this time around. It is based on your 2019 AGI, adjusted gross income. And so if you saw a payment earlier this year, you will see one this time around. But what we do know, of course, is that this time around, it's much smaller, right? So there's a $600 payment for Americans making up to $75,000 a year, $1,200 for couples making up to $150,000. And after that, it's really phased out based on your income. So it's $5 taken off for every $100 that you make. So that pretty much equals out to about $87,000. If you make $87,000 or more, you're likely not going to see any payments. And this also includes $300 weekly jobless benefits for people for 11 weeks. And so, this is important for people, of course, because they have been waiting months and months for some kind of aid. But, we're also seeing the stalemate over an additional deposit for people continue in Congress. So we could see this payment increase down the road if they decide to make those payments higher.
Okay, yeah, so talk a little bit more about that, Jen, because we are seeing the president even today tweet about $2,000 stimulus checks. He wrote just a few hours ago, $2,000 ASAP, exclamation point, all caps in a tweet. What happens if lawmakers miraculously agree to raise this up to $2,000. How does that change things for people who qualify or don't qualify?
Right. So I love that you mentioned miraculously, because it really has been a back and forth for so long. But really what people should know is that it doesn't change anything for this current $600. If you're going to get it this week, next week, or in the weeks to come, that is still going to be the case. But the Treasury Department did say if Congress, as you mentioned, miraculously passes a bill to make this $2,000, as the president has indicated he wants, as Democrats have indicated they wanted, then the Treasury Department will deposit those funds as quickly as possible. But it's likely that that is not going to happen anytime soon. It's going to be weeks or maybe months out. And so people should just know that if they receive the payment earlier this year, that there is help on the way after months of delay and months of really struggle for millions of Americans.
Bloomberg Quicktake reporter Jennifer Zabasaja. Jen, thank you for your time and Happy New Year.